Because if you ain't Mexican, you probably got a Mexican friend. You know, and you know, if you ain't like Taco Tammy or something out there, you ain't calling the police or trying to call ICE or immigration on Mexicans. When you actually get to know them, shit, you think they scary.
And she will come for them. Who? La Llorona.
Grab some ribs and stop by dtmerch.com. You're going to look fresh wearing that classic. You're going to get the role wearing that classic black tee with the white logo. You don't get no more GQ than that, Martin. Right there. Well, yeah, you can if you get that fluorescent, that neon.
Sure.
When you get the part, call your mama on that phone with that phone cover right there. And when you make it big after being in Greg's movie, you can give your family members that gift of choice right there with that gift certificate. And go to doubletoasted.com and help keep these shows going with your subscription, your donation. Double Toasted in Toronto, where we're going to be doing our show at the Adelaide Hall. Doors opening at 6 p.m. The show starts at 7. That's going to be a full night of comedy, games, and music. Anyone with a Mexican friend has had the shit scared out of them when they told you about the ghost of La Llorona. And that's the scary thing about it, because when they say it, because they say, hey, man, you heard about, and they always got to whisper, they heard about La Llorona. And you're like, well, shit, is she here? Why you whispering?
Who? Shit.
Yeah, why you whispering, man? That bitch about to, because they always do. They always get that La Llorona. It freaks me out because the folktale is genuinely scary. Mm-hmm. It's we're looking like
they even got a ride at Universal.
Oh yeah, no, for what I've seen, it looks great.
It does.
It's such a popular folklore that the Mexican culture, has dedicated so much to it. Because we're looking at a tree here. Somebody just carved onto a tree, crying for eternity. The folklore goes, the legend goes, a woman in a jealous rage who was pissed at her husband for seeing a younger woman. She said, you know what? I'm going to fix him.
Yeah.
And she said,
I know what you love.
I know what you love. You love these kids over here. You know, and I don't. So she takes them to a river and drowns them. And
then goes, oh no, I killed my own kids.
Yeah, it's
Damn
funny.
it.
because she kills both of them. Yeah, and she's just kind of like, what have I done? Dios mío, Santa Maria. And you think like after the first kid, you'd be like, man, this ain't cool. You know, you think, but no, she's like, yo, bring your little ass here too.
Yeah, you come here too.
I gotta say, and I don't mean to be. I'm really not trying to be insensitive, but I think the second kid had it coming. If he didn't run, if he wasn't smart enough to get the fuck out of there when he saw his brother being drowned, and like, you know what, you had it coming too.
Is he okay? No, I'm just giving him a bath.
Yeah, yeah. Come here, you look a little dirty too. Oh, shit. No, mom, what you fucking on? Interrupting my stories. It's all there for a movie. The folklore.
Oh yeah.
The mythology is so strong. It's all there for a movie. So
they give you a recreation. They include all the pieces of the folklore.
Yeah. All you got to do is pull out a camera and shoot. That's it. It's a very hard thing to mess up. So surely the film, The Curse of La Llorona, it's a masterpiece already. It's all the groundwork laid there for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. The story here, what I didn't tell you about, I'll tell you about the folklore, but as far as the movie goes, you got Linda Cardellini, who plays I guess she's a cop.
No, her husband was a cop.
Her husband was a cop.
Who just got killed.
Yeah, so she's raising these kids on her own. Mm-hmm. But she's working with she
works for Child Protective Services.
Child Protective Services, yeah. And she and this takes place in the 70s, and she thinks that she has stopped a woman because she's Child Protective Services. She goes over to the house where these kids are, look like on the outside of being abused. But what she did not know is that these kids were actually being protected from La Llorona. And because she came in and messed that all up, the mom comes in and says, well, you know what? I told you not to open that door. I told you to stop fucking with us. They took my kids, and guess what? And she didn't say I asked. She's like, I prayed for that bitch to come take your kids. She said, I paid money to La Llorona to come get your kids. I
pointed you out.
Yeah.
Give me your email address.
And the scary thing is that once La Llorona has her targets on you, once she wants your kids, she gonna snap at nothing to take those kids. If this wasn't set in the 70s, this could almost be like a spinoff to Scooby-Doo. Because the girl, I looked her up today.
No, she was Velma.
She was Velma,
which is weird.
And she was hot Velma.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is funny because it almost feels like she left the mystery gang. And went to work for Child Protective Services, but the ghost said, we ain't done with your ass shit.
Well, it's even funnier because there's a scene where she walks into the room and the kids are watching Scooby-Doo at the time. Yeah. And I was just like, wait, what is going on here? Yeah. How meta is this movie going to be?
Yeah. Yeah, it really does feel like, she gave up on them and just said, I'm going to get a real job.
Right. Well, you got to age out of the Mystery Inc. at some point. They're supposed to be teenagers.
And the ghost was kind of like, nah, you too fine for us to give up on. we going to solve your ass now. It would be great if La Llorona actually worked on a spook house. A Halloween spook house, because
that would give her something to do.
Yeah, well, the thing with her is that throughout this whole movie, like, when you go to a spook house and that's their whole thing. They just got some dude with makeup on a sheet just jump from behind a corner. That's what La Llorona does through this whole movie. She got that down, that jumping out from the corner thing. She does that about 20 times in this film. That, and, she actually has a couple of moves, because she does a thing where she has jumping out of the corner down, and she's almost like a wrestler. She can leap, and she can grab your ass and fling you across the room. That is her MO through this whole film.
Well, she has a pretty good power set, because she's got invisibility and teleportation and telekinesis. I don't know why she's having trouble dispatching anybody.
It just, look, she's a ghost. That's what she does, maybe that's why it's not about how she can grab your kids, or when she can grab them, or whether she can grab them at all. It's about presentation. It's like, she's like, I gotta do what ghosts do.
Oh, these ghosts love to showboat.
Yeah, I gotta hide in the corner. I gotta, wait for, because that's what they do in the movie. It's not that I don't mind them doing that kind of thing. If you just want some basic scares in this, you just want, you want to see what they do throughout, what you've seen before. That's comfortable to you, to like seeing jump scares in these kind of films. Then this is your film right here. For me, it gets very repetitive, because they do this repeatedly throughout the film, where they set it up almost as a formula. Somebody will hear something. Somebody will approach slowly to the noise, and then she leaps. And also, you see the things that they always do. If she ain't leaping at somebody, if she ain't flinging somebody across the room, she's always trying to work out them kinks and that arthritis in her neck. It's the same. It's the same thing. Now they got this new thing where they got to chase you and scream the whole time. And that was that went from kind of creepy, kind of scary, to just very quickly, to shut the fuck up.
If you're going to kill me, just do it.
And that's what that's my problem with this. It's not just that it's repetitive for this movie. Now these are things that we're starting to see in all these ghost films, especially with these movies that are in the Conjuring. You see now that it's a thing where, as I said, it's a formula: noise, slow buildup of quiet, and then they jump out. Because the Nun, it was almost like La Llorona stole this act from the Nun.
Hello.
Nun is just like, I was jumping out of corners way before this bitch was. Where my money at?
I own the corners.
Yeah. What you doing up in here? Some of the interesting elements are with the kids. There were a lot of things that they did I thought that was cool with the kids. But it is ruined by these kids.
Yeah.
You know, these kids are bad characters, man. These kids are frustrating because they are. I don't know. I hate when people simplify things in reviews, but I don't know what else to say. They're stupid. These kids are stupid, and La Llorona would be doing. If CPS wouldn't get involved at all, La Llorona would be doing this mom a favor.
I think it took La Llorona so long to actually do something because she couldn't decide whether she wanted these kids or not. The thing is, it's the kind of writing that I hate, and I've been seeing this for years. And at first it was funny, and now I'm really sick of it. Is how kids are written in TV shows and movies. They're always rebellious to a degree that's annoying, or they're stupid and they will do that thing. They'll be told don't do something, and they'll go do that very thing they were just told not to do.
You know, I would even like it the kids were rebellious and disobedient, but they're not. They're just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I tell you, because here's a promising thing with the film. The mom, again played by Linda Cardellini, they kind of build up something here where whenever La Llorona touches someone, she burns themselves into their skin. And, you know, of course, the authorities find out about this, and they believe that she's an abusive mother. And so they come to ask questions about this, and it's an interesting thing thinking like, okay, how are you going to defend yourself to these authorities when you have to explain that something supernatural is going on, and then naturally not going to believe you. But you at least would think that the kids would be on your side, and the authorities come in, they asking questions like, where'd you get these burn marks? Do you want to tell us about this? And they just looking at that mother like, I don't know what happened. And mom is kind of like, tell these motherfuckers didn't do this. They just sit there and don't do a thing.
No, they don't talk at all. When they first get attacked, when it's just the two of them in the car, and the mom comes like, hey, what's been going on? That's the time to say, Mom, you won't believe this. They're just like,
Yeah, they ask.
Like, speak, say something.
Yeah, because the mom like, tell him I didn't do anything. I'm like, I don't know. and then when they leave, they're like, Mom, this crazy shit going on in the house. Yeah, why don't you say that shit when they were in here? These kids are dumb. And what they do with and one of the things that Martin was talking about, the little girl she's been almost killed by La Llorona twice. So she knows what the deal is. And yet they have a scene where they do something where they protect the house against danger. They rig it all up Home Alone style, and she sees just one thing that she has to reach outside that door. And of course, knowing La Llorona is out there, she can't leave it alone. She has to go out there and reach for it, putting everybody's life in danger just so we can have some cheap scene of suspense. And that's what really bugs me with this.
They break the movie right there with that scene.
Oh yeah,
that's one that goes outside of anything that's logical or keeps you in the movie. It's there to just have the whole audience scream, "No, you stupid bitch! No! What's this girl doing?"
And they think it's a good thing when, because like I said, black people let you know when you're doing something stupid in a movie. Because a woman just yelled down. She was like, "Leave the goddamn thing alone!" Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
She's like, damn, girl.
This is one of those movies where you had a couple of people who were yelling out, and I didn't mind.
No. I was like, yeah, maybe y'all can talk some sense into them because apparently they ain't got no common sense.
It's not coming to them naturally.
It's in mine, and I can't really even blame the kids because mom ain't so smart herself. There's a part in here where she actually grabs she takes the kids by their hands to talk to them, raise their hands up, and she's actually caressing their hands and everything. And there are scabs and burn marks just as clear as day. And she never asks, where did these come from? Mm-hmm. Just totally misses it.
Right.
Just clueless.
Even though she saw those exact same marks on the kids before.
Yeah. It's from a bad script where characters do dumb things to create suspense. Yeah. It's because the movie itself is too lazy to think of or do something clever. And that's too bad because one of the best scenes in the movie is actually with the kids. Showed a little bit of it while we were talking. It's a scene where they are actually in the car. And it's a cool scene because you got two kids. They don't have their mom with them. It's dark. They've created a very claustrophobic environment where they're in the car trying to lock the doors, and La Llorona's trying to get in. It would actually, if the movie played out like this scene, we'd have a much better film. Open this goddamn door. Give me $1.
That is her favorite thing to do.
Yeah. I'm out here in this cold. Open this goddamn door. The biggest problem with this is that it's just not doing much with the mythology. It's not really making it its own, because it feels like too many other things that already exist out there. It's not doing anything that we haven't seen already, because, as I said, it would be fine if they just used a little imagination. That's all they would have to do.
Just a little bit.
I've seen things out there. I've seen pictures on the internet that are scarier than this movie, and these things ain't even moving. This is a ride at Universal. That's the La Llorona ride. Go on that before you see this movie. It's much more horrifying what they're doing. I mean, she's eating a kid alive with big ass hands. That's way more inspired than anything that we see in this movie. Even in video games, they've taken loose interpretations of La Llorona and done something far more horrifying with it. If anybody's ever played Left 4 Dead, you know that they have that character, the witch, which just waits in the shadows crying. You can't really disturb her, because if you do, then she'll lose her goddamn mind and call other zombies. I like the way everybody, man, watch what you're pointing at, man. That old man, like, what you doing? Get that thing out of my face. It's another movie where they have something great to work with. I mean, like I said, the folklore is laid out for you. There was so much that could have been done with this. But it does the bare minimum just to cash in on people who are the most easily scared.
Yeah.
The most that just, like if you just, if you're a person who like just the barest minimum it just takes to like just make you just squeal with fright. 'Cause like some woman was behind me.
Was she?
Someone was like in the screening I was at, and like I didn't say nothing. They were having a good time, fine with them. But there was a moment where a door just creaked. You heard, and the woman behind me was like, no, don't. And it wasn't a scene where even La Llorona was gonna show up. Shit, woman just going to the bathroom. It's like, if things like that scare you in a PG-13 movie, then that's fine. But for other people, who want to see more than just some woman, seriously, some woman in whiteface and just jumping out from behind a corner,
dripping,
like she's this is at a carnival, then this is not for you. I would just say one thing here. Imagine if they had made a movie where it had been from the kids' perspective, where they were the ones that were running from La Llorona. After all, they're her target.
Right.
Imagine if you had the right setting where they played with the elements of water, and these, you had kids messing around the woods and ran into the actual La Llorona.
Yeah.
And had trouble trying to get back home, or they were in real danger. Imagine actually playing with and if you do set in a suburban neighborhood, imagine playing with the swimming pool more.
I know, but it has to connect back to the Conjuring universe.
Yeah, well, I didn't even want to say that because I don't want to spoil nothing for anybody, because they don't say it. No, they don't.
I thought that was everywhere, all over it.
No, they don't say anything about it. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, some people have been mentioning it, but they don't say anything.
Because it's on the poster.
Is it on the poster?
Yeah.
Is it part of the Conjuring universe?
Yeah.
Well, then that's part of the goddamn problem.
Yeah.
Because when I saw that and what they did in the movie, like showing you that, I was like, all right, that even makes this worse, because this is the same exact movie as the Nun and Annabelle.
Yeah, no, it's very clear that James Wan does the Conjurings, and the B, C, and D team work on all the little satellite movies that connect. Like those, they don't really give a shit about.
As I said, it's just as repetitive as any of these other movies out there, and they're all starting to they're starting to blend to be the same.
Yeah.
I will say that if if you want to see something, if you want to see where the movie starts to get better, I would say, you know, if you're enjoying it, that's fine. But if you like us, and this just you know, you're getting tired of it. Now I can't speak for him, but for me, it did pick up just a little bit in the third act. And one of the reasons why is because they introduced Raymond Cruz, who is actually you might know him as Tuco from Breaking Bad. And I thought, well, this is cool because he's just gonna go in there and beat the shit out the ghost.
He's gonna snort some coke and just beat her up.
Yeah, and just beat her ass. He's gonna throw her out. Get out of here! Damn! And your mom is going back to Mexico with me, putting on sex trafficking. You know, this is
I'm right with you. I thought that was repetitive and dull when it wasn't being stupid, and then he comes in and it was like, oh, hold on a second, it's got some life now.
Yeah, and the reason why, because he plays an ex-priest who uses science. Ain't no real science.
Nah.
They actually try to say that.
He's somewhere between religion and science.
Yeah.
You know what's between religion and science? Bullshit.
Yeah. They try to talk about him like he's Thor. He's like, magic and science are both the same. It's like, no, you know.
No, you read between the lines. Even the priest was like, well, he's a faith healer, so it's almost like the priest didn't believe me. He's saying like, no, he's the guy you need to talk to. Because everything y'all saying is not real. So
he uses, but it's cool to see him use things that he weaponizes against La Llorona, because at that point it does turn into a home invasion movie. And it's funny how they have that, because that's the point where it gets funny with La Llorona, because she gets pissed that she can't get in the house. Like she's screaming. At one point, you actually hear, "God damn it!" It's like, because they use different things, and plus Raymond Cruz, he just brings humor to it.
He does,
but
much needed humor.
Yeah, but it actually becomes something. It becomes a home invasion movie where he uses things like certain grounds of a tree to keep her out. That's part of her history. You know, he knows the right things to hold her at bay. He knows the right weapons that might actually kill her. And he's kind of he's almost kind of an anti-hero. Yeah. Because he acts like he's on the family side, but
there's a point where they call him on it. It's like, I thought you were on our side. Yeah, he's like, I'm just here to catch her.
Yeah.
You about y'all.
Shit, I'm on my side. Yeah, I might want to get behind me.
You said you were on our side, did I?
Yeah. And that right there brought the movie up a notch to me. That right there, I wish they had actually explored more in the film. But and right when I was enjoying it, then they get to the ending. And I can't tell you what the ending is. I'm not going to even spoil it for you. I'm not going to do that. This movie's a little, you know, it's more of a high-profile film, so I don't want Universal on my ass if I put it out there. But I will tell you what, I've been using this word a lot tonight, but that ending is just nothing else to say, because they failed to acknowledge the obvious. They failed to acknowledge obvious questions. And for that is just completely dumb. It's almost like somebody told them, in this movie now. Don't you film another goddamn thing. And this is the movie. The movies are actually kind of like, well, that was crazy, wasn't it? The end.
But there's only 4 more pages left of the script. I don't care.
No. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get with these Conjuring movies now. Like one might,
I feel like you do.
Yeah, well, one might be good. Like I saw that second Annabelle movie, and the second Annabelle movie I actually liked. I liked The Conjuring 2. When that came out.
Yeah, the Conjurings are fine.
Yeah, so you just don't know what the hell you're going to get with these. Some of them are actually inspired, and they try to take their time to make a story, and some of them just like, man, I'm just out here to get this money. You know, we got the rights. You know, we don't know what to do. We got to do this before somebody else gets it. Before somebody else makes a law.
He gave us 2 weeks to put this together.
Yeah. Do this before somebody else makes a La Llorona movie. So they just that's what this feels like. It's like, we just need to get this out here quickly. You know, it's a nice snack between the major Conjuring movies that come out. Yeah, you know, this is the salsa. The chips and salsa before the real meal. Man.
You couldn't even give us tapas? No.
I like I said, I've seen a lot worse, and there was potential here. And when it did hit, you know, it worked fine, but that was very brief. I'm still giving this a very, very just scraping by low rental.
I saw this as a low rental myself, in as much as I was like, this is not good. It's repetitive, kind of dull, inconsistent, but I don't dislike it as much as I did The Nun.
Do you know why?
Because the Nun did a lot more annoying, stupid things.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because the Nun, one of the things I thought the Nun had over this was that, at least it had better atmosphere, run through this house.
Yeah, the Nun had the atmosphere. It took you someplace different. But with this, I was like, man, Linda Cardellini, she's really trying with this thing. I don't know why she's working so hard, but she figured like, hey, my name's on it. I'm gonna do the best I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw it as pretty much a low rental, and then when Raymond Cruz comes in, oh, this is much better now. There's something enjoyable about it.
Yeah.
But as you say, it's short-lived, because here's the problem. Right when it was close to escaping the lowest of low rentals, the stupid quotient jumped way up. There's a scene, and I won't, like we talked about it a little bit. I won't go into detail about it. I'll just say, you think back to the movie Alien, and such a smart, tense movie, classic. Everybody loves it. But there is that point when Ripley stops to go back for the cat. And it's just like, what is going on here? That's the kind of scene that could ruin a movie if Alien hadn't been so brilliant and so great. Otherwise, you just kind of like blow it off. But this ain't Alien. Something to that effect happens and just completely destroys everything. And it wasn't like I'm going to hold the entire movie, there's one scene against the entire movie. But once that happens, then more stuff like that happens until it reaches the end. And I was like, y'all broke it. It's back to being some old bullshit.
If y'all don't want to hear this, I gotta tell y'all about this. Now, if y'all don't want to hear it, then but it's so dumb, it ain't gonna ruin nothing for you. Like I said, it felt like they just stopped the film and they just had to just close everything and get these storylines done quickly. So here's what happens at the end. The setup for La Llorona was the two other boys died in the movie, and the mother curses Linda Cardellini, or whatever her name is, because now my kids got to go, then yours do too, because it's your fault.
Yeah, and if she takes yours, maybe I get mine back.
And so she comes back later in the movie, and she shows up with a gun. She's like, well, shit. If she's kind of like, she's almost like that. Like she was almost like Thanos. I'm like, well, shit. If La Llorona keeps up, I just do it myself. And so she shows up with a gun, ready to take everybody out. And that is where Raymond Cruz, he tries to help out. So because he's not such a bad guy, he jumps in front of the bullet and takes one. We don't know where.
Well, it's really he tries to jump her. But he's across the room. But he does it.
It doesn't matter. He still takes a bullet somewhere, and he goes on the ground. And you got a feeling he's not dead, but he just lies there. It's not like, oh, she got me. Oh, you bitch. It's not like that. He lies, and it's just like, it's like, they try to make you think he's dead. Everybody like, nah, he ain't dead. He ain't fooling nobody. Crazy lady over here. She finally decides that she's gonna get a conscience. The crazy woman who showed up with a gun, she finally decides, like, you know what? Yeah, this wasn't cool what I was doing. And she tells Linda Cardellini, she's like, because she hears the kids being trapped up in the attic, and La Llorona is trying to get them. She's like, you know what? This wasn't nice. Go get them. And so she runs up there to get them. She saves the day. Cut to daylight. Like nothing ever happened. We got Raymond Cruz pretty much catching an Uber at this point. Yo, after he showed up to help out too.
Yeah.
Like we said, he wasn't dead, but he had a bullet wound. Somehow they found some a Band-Aid in the house, covered him up, and he just kind of like,
he had a towel wrapped around it.
Oh, was it a towel? That's even crazy. So it was a towel. He's moving like he's not
like nothing.
He's not like, can you take me to the hospital? Or,
this is
I'm
a
bleeding
serious
out.
wound. I'm bleeding out.
Yeah.
Can somebody get me to the hospital before I bleed to death?
I don't think I can really make it. Can you help me? But no, he's standing upright, and he just kind of like, well, that was a crazy night, wasn't it? So, well, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Are you good? All right.
We can never repay you. Yeah. I don't know what we can do to repay you. It's like, hey, you can give me a ride.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go ahead and pay $30 for this cab.
Yeah, the cab driver ain't looking at this shit like it's crazy. And that's like, hey, man, don't come here with all that blood. Right? Linda Carlini goes in the house. You get one last, but is it over? Meanwhile, ain't nobody asked about Crazy Woman. She's just gone.
Gone, yeah.
With rightfully so, she just shot somebody. So yeah.
I don't think I would stick around.
I mean, that's probably the most realistic thing in the movie. Like, she's like, y'all doing a stupid ass ending, I'm just gonna sneak on out back. Look, if you don't want to spend no money and you had to end things soon, it would have been easy to write a line with him sitting there and like saying, well, you know, you don't mind if I rest for a little while and you're gonna have to call an ambulance for me, but did they catch Crazy Bitch? You might want to watch out. She's still out there. You know, and we still might want to be on the lookout for La Llorona. The end. You know, that would have made more sense than like, well, see you. You know? Well, I'm going to go get some lunch, and I hope y'all okay. And
if you ever need me again, hopefully they'll make another one of these, and I get called back like the priest did.
Yeah. Don't let us scare you away. Hit that subscribe button. Stick around. And if you really love what we do, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find a longer form, uncensored version of this video, along with the live stream that we do on this video every week. Support us at easyvideo.com. And remember to always stay